and then I came home and have not gotten quite back into posting a whole lot, but am I freezing or is that everyone else? I'm going to turn off. Well, I guess I'll be okay. All right. So you can put your post audit in if you feel inclined. I can't tell if I'm frozen or if everyone else is. What is happening? Okay. Hopefully I just fixed it. I turned my Wi-Fi off. Is everyone there? Okay, everyone was frozen for a while and you're all moving now, so I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, so you can do your post audit of Plexus, personal, and business posts. And then if you feel so inclined, you can, I want to hear from everyone on a win for the week. It can be something major, it can be something super, super small. So if you want to share a win, please do so. Holy cow, lady. Lisa had, hold on, I want to pull that up again. Yay, Jacqueline. Jacqueline got a new VIP today. Lisa's audit was really good. I can't get it to pull up now. Yay for new VIPs. Jacqueline, how close are you to Icon? Are you getting there? No one's going to talk to me.
I was gonna pop on. I have had this like gal who I've been so afraid to reach out to, and that's so stupid. And now I'm like, why did I do this 2 years ago? Actually, like a year ago when I met her. And so I'm meeting her tomorrow because I just reached out to her about the business, and she's like, yeah, I'm open to it. So we're at least chatting. She's not even taking the products yet, but we'll see. I'm trying to be braver about reaching out about the business. But I'm thinking, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm gonna say or do because nobody ever says yes. So I'm like, I feel like I'm so out of practice. Anyway, but that's a huge win for me. And I signed up somebody last night.
That's awesome. I've been that way with a lot of people. Like, I'm so scared to reach out to them, and then they're just like so chill. And I'm like, why was I so scared of you? Okay, anyone else want to share a win before I dive into a few things? Mary's at work, it looks like. Okay. Ooh, good. She's got 2 that have responded to her GLP-1 post. I have not posted that yet. Why am I so scared of GLP-1 posts? I don't know, but that is one thing that really freaks me out. It just scares me sometimes. Mainly because I know so many people on the shot who I have offered this to, and they have chose the shot instead of the alternative. But I also want to like weave that way into like, hey, we can help you while you're on the shot too. You know, like I don't think people realize that we can benefit, like there's like we can minimize their symptoms and things while they're taking GLP-1s. So anyway,
I just want to plug into that because I am the same way about the GLP-1, but I just saw a really good post today from a Diamond. I don't remember which one. And she actually broke down if you're on GLP-1, if you're pregnant, and if something else, like there was like multiple things that she like outlined in a post, and I thought it was really good. So I plan to reshare that one, but made me think of that.
hey, if you find it, will you put it in our chat so we can see what verbiage she's using?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. I keep touching my mouse pad because I think I'm on my computer, but I'm on my phone. So I'm going to be brief. So Lisa and I, what we're going to do, first we're going to talk a little bit about strategy. I'm going to talk a little bit about strategy on what I'm doing moving forward, like starting as in yesterday, moving forward through the rest of this month. And then I really want you guys to hear from Lisa because I know that I'm technically her leader, but she's mine in so many ways, just because she's been in this in this business, not with Plexus, but she's been in network marketing for 30 years. And sometimes I get in my head about things, or life is hard. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but life gets really tricky and really hard. Things come up. And sometimes it's like, I just want to throw in the towel. And Lisa always knows the right things to say and how to push forward. So before I hand it over to her, and you guys are seriously, there's so many times she says things to me and I'm like, I wish everyone could have just heard that. So that's a huge, I'm really excited for you guys to hear from her today. But in our Plexus workbook, so basically when I went to Colorado, you feel like you do the winning the day worksheet and all these boring things. We just do the same thing over and over again. Well, what I found was I took those 2 weeks off and I wasn't doing the boring things anymore. And I came home and I was like, I don't have anyone to talk to minus my current customers, because I wasn't doing those boring things for those whole 2 weeks. Like, we didn't have service, right? So it was kind of pointless for me to start new conversations. And I came home and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have no one to talk to. I have no new potentials right now. So I got this workbook back out, because anytime I get in a rut, I get this workbook back out. And on page 14, starting on page 14, there's the leads you didn't know you have. I am starting to go back. This is brand new. I just printed these off. I'm going to go back in and fill these out. So it's like hold on, I'll read them to you in case you've forgotten. You make your list of your supportive friends and family. I'm kind of past that, right? Where everyone in this group should be past that. If you have not talked to your friends and family yet, go do that. People who you have in school with your kids, people who enjoy physical activities. It has all of these suggestions of who to reach out to, right? People who want to lose weight, searching for an extra income, financially savvy. I'm going to go back through and fill this out again, because I need a new hot 20 list. And sometimes I don't know how to make that. Sometimes I get so far, I've messaged everyone, right? How many of you have said that to yourself? I've messaged everyone. And then you start going through a list like this and you're like, oh, I have not messaged everyone. They're all still sitting there. I was just scared to. So I'm going to go back through that. Conveniently, it has this on that page 13, which shows you the income potential, which also reminds you to be writing down your goals and things like that. So that's just something that me personally, what I'm working towards is getting together new lists, a new hot 20, more people to reach out to. I am going to be very honest. I have had a really hard month so far. I have had so many people quit, turn off subs, send product back. It's been hard. Okay. So instead of dwelling on all of the negative, which Lisa is going to talk about a lot of that too, I'm ready to start pulling out new lists and be like, okay, they didn't love it, but other people will. And I know what we have. We all know what we have. We're still taking it. We still love it. We know the income potential. We know this company. I had someone today, she wasn't my direct downline. I'm working with her through someone else. She publicly bashed Facebook or Plexus on Facebook. And whenever you start seeing things like that, it's telling you, you're not good enough. This not good. Hold on, I'm getting a call, so let me get rid of that so I can. And I just have to remind myself of why we're here, and I have to remind my downline too, okay, this is one customer out of all of these other people, right? So anyway, that's some things that I've been dealing with, and I'm trying to find those positive lights of, okay, the financial income, I love it. We have a really good compensation plan. But then I look into other things. Plexus has been posting all of these reels about our community, about the changes that it's made for people. The fact that it doesn't just change your health, but it changes your bank account too. There's just all these wonderful things. So we have to remember our why, and we have to keep making new lists because, like I said, we talk about these boring things. That winning the day worksheet, who gets tired of doing the winning the day worksheet? It's boring. But do you know what diamonds are doing every single day? They're doing the winning the day worksheet. They're doing the boring stuff. So we've got to keep doing the boring stuff. We got to keep showing up in a positive way, even though people are publicly bashing us on Facebook. super fun. We know the truth, right? I will say too, this customer never even made it through detox. So I have to know what, like, take what I know and compare it to, like, okay, she never even gave it a chance. And you guys know what? I've been her. I've been her in some way or another. Like with Plexus years and years ago, I tried it for like a week and I was like, yeah, I don't like it. This was in like 2016, right? So we've all been to this point where we're like, we've tried something, we hated it, we sent it back. I'm not one to publicly bash companies, though. I won't do that. But moving forward, we have to do the boring, right? I think Jessica Heffley just did a podcast. It was either last week or 2 weeks ago about something similar, like finding the joy in the boring things and making sure that you make that, what does she call that? Making the powerful decision to do something, right? So even if you did a really horrible job today, you're going to make that powerful decision to wake up and do the boring things tomorrow. So those are not her words. I'm just kind of jumbling it up. So, all right, I'm going to have to hop off in like 15 minutes, but I really want you to listen to what Lisa has prepared for you guys. She gets to hear my struggles too. And we kind of bounce off of each other. And I'm going to tell you, our struggles, if you think that you are going through things alone, you are not. Okay. Because there's always other people going through similar situations. Now, Lisa and I's such situations are never the same. But what I'm saying is, things are hard and that is life. Life has never been guaranteed to be easy. And I feel like I told Lisa the other day when we were talking about this call, I said, I do not want to speak for everyone, but I will say everyone in this group has had it rough here recently. Like things have been happening. And so we just need that little kick in the rear of how to overcome this business through the hard seasons. So I can't wait for you guys to hear what Lisa has to say.
All right. I have my glasses on because I wasn't going to take notes at all because I didn't know I was going to like do this till kind of yesterday or this morning. So I just been scribbling all afternoon as I was working. So the first thing I'm going to say, because I know everybody's sitting here, I just know across the board, and if they're not on here now, they might watch it later. I've always kept this in the back of my brain. Frustration comes before growth. So if you are super frustrated right now, and I write it down and put it in front of you all the time, because it is true, frustration comes before growth. But too many people quit at frustration and they never know. So I'm never willing to quit. Like I don't put that in my brain. Because sometimes when I'm the most frustrated, I'm like, man, something big is getting ready to happen. Like it's really getting ready to happen. So if you're there right now, it's okay, because it means you're just about ready to hit the next level. That's really what's happening. So, and the fact you just show up, and that, I think that's the biggest thing, is just showing up. I get it. Like people quit and people say things and call you out, and you give them way too much power, because they're gonna throw that out of their mouth or post that or whatever they do, and then they move on with their life. And why don't we? Like, why does it stop us? Have you been there? Like, I have so been there. I'm like, it ruins the rest of my day. I'm second guessing everything I say, everything I do. Like when I go to talk to another team member or somebody, I'm like, ah, oh, really? Yeah. Like it totally blows your confidence, and it shouldn't. It really shouldn't, because they aren't giving you any more thought. They're done. I had it happen last week or the week before, and it was like Brandy wasn't even my level one. I was trying to just be good leader, like say the right things. And then I'm like, huh. And so for a minute, I cried inside, and then I was like, nope, not giving him that much power. He can't. I was going to talk, I think Brandy kind of told me to just talk about a little bit what I'm doing. So I'm going to talk about that. And then I'm just going to talk about what you really need. I think is that between our ears moments, like things that I tell myself all the time. And I told Brandy yesterday, like, I've been in it really wasn't, I can't say it's similar, but it's business. I've been in business one way or another for 30 years working with people. And things can hit you hard and you don't understand. And here's the thing, if you're sitting there thinking about that right now, this determines the leader you're going to be. Like, this is how leaders get to be leaders, like, because they move forward. They don't let it freeze them. They keep going forward, and you learn from it, because it's like being I say refined, you know, like you're being refined, and you can't help others. You can't lead them where you're not willing to go or where you've not been. Like, you really can't, because if you let somebody else's decision stop you right now, you won't, or you just let it just pause you so long that then you have to start over. That's not good. And that doesn't help you be able to help others. You want to be able to say, like, you know what? And I know there's some of you on here, like, you've had some things, and you're like, but you can say to that next person, you know what? I've had that happen before. Like, I said that to Brandy yesterday. I'm like, you know, I've had that happen. Maybe not with Plexus, but I have had that happen. And it stalled me for a minute. I cried in my milk, and then I moved forward. Like, because I'm like, no, they don't pay my bills. That's not who pays my bills. Like, they don't determine my goals. Like, they can't stop what my goals are. So that's kind of the way I look at it. But the things that I've been doing from a team standpoint and things that are working for me, I was just going to share that, and then some other inspiration, hopefully. I've been really talking about Cancun, and they're going to be sick of me. I was going to do it 2 days in a row, like send this mass message. And today I was like, I probably should not do that. I'll wait till tomorrow, and then they're going to hear from me again. But we're talking about Cancun. I have a group of people. I sent on the message. I was like, Cancun? Question mark. I did that last Tuesday. Cancun? Question mark. That's all I said, because the ones I sent it to, they are seeing that. They know. Had some flip back. Yes, they're in a group. So they're in a private message group, and I'm just plugging into things. I'm putting post ideas, I'm putting trackings, I'm putting things in there. I'm putting in, just reasons why. I have a separate message group, and most of them are the same people. I've been doing a lot about, I figured out people are afraid to post, right? Like, I know that. I was afraid to post. I had my reasons I didn't want to post. There's multiple things why people don't want to post. So I created last month in August, I created a group for people to share their posting. Like, I call them out in that. I shout them out. I'm like, look at these posts. I did it today. I saw 3 people's posts today. And I was like, whoa, that is a happy dance. Like, do y'all get that when you see your VIPs post? You're like, yes. And they were really, really good. And so I just take a screenshot and I throw it in that group. And the next thing I know, like, it happened this afternoon. I'm like, oh, there's a post, somebody's posted. And I simply said, hey, if I've missed a post, please put it in here. But I give them ideas. Yes, are some of them in the rally chat? Some of them, can y'all raise your hand? Like, some people refuse to be in all those extra groups. It overwhelms them, freaks them out. So I'm just like, here we are in this small, intimate group where they know people. There's about 6 to 8 people in there. And, 3 or 4 are consistent. And then a few aren't, we just do it. But that's the way things happen. We know that their activity level that's going to make things happen. And when they start posting, we all know what's going to happen. So that's what I've been doing a lot of. I've also been, from the minute they sign someone up, I do a lot of 3-way chats. I think I talked about that last week. It is like I was when I first started with the product Restore. And I was all about, like, restore. I'm like, you put me in a 3-way chat. Let's do this. This is going to help us. That's going to help me develop a relationship with your person, because otherwise I don't get that opportunity if they don't connect to me, if I don't know them. And even when they do know me, they act like they don't know me. And then I'm like, and so I'm in there. And then I've seen so many positive things come. We've stopped them stopping. That's the way it happens, because sometimes we can be too close to that VIP sometimes, or sometimes we're just too nervous to do it. And Brandy did that with me in the beginning. And then I saw the benefit of it. It took me a little while to hop in, but our retention is happening because of those three-way chats. We have salvaged so many accounts in the last month. And I mean, I had given up. I thought this is it. But here's the thing. This is another thing. If you stop when it gets hard, retention is gone. If you freeze when it gets hard, it's over for that person. And I'm always like, I tell my VIPs, that are really sharing, I'm like, we want them to have the best experience they can. They spent the money, they're taking the time. We have to invest in them. You have to fall in love with doing it. I am absolutely in love and so passionate about helping other people. And when I start getting these messages back, hey, it's working. I'm pooping. That didn't work, but this has worked. Like, it's working. It's working for me now. It's working. And then when they say, you know what, it's still not working. I have people that we are on 3 or 4 different like combinations of products to try to get it to work, and they're hanging in there. And I have to give them the best of us for that, because if they have to walk away, they choose to walk away, I want them to have the very best experience possible. And if they say they don't, then I just, again, water off my back. If I know I've done everything I can, then everybody's had the best experience. But what happens in those three-way chats is that my level 1, say it's my level 1, maybe it's my level 2 with a level 3, they are learning how to do this. And that in turn is helping them build into leadership. And that has changed everything, because I'm seeing them pop in and they're able to answer their own questions now. They're not, when I can't pop back in there, they're able to figure it out. And that's really good. But I love saying to these new people, do you know that you have a free referral link and you can share with friends if you want? And here's the money you can make. And last month, I think we were all on a call with somebody. I'm not 100%. Maybe you all were on that call. I can't remember where it came from, but it was, they talked about telling them how much money they were leaving on the table. And I did that. I did that at the end of last month. I went in to everybody in Points and Rank Up that had, even if they had only a few people, I went in and I told them, and it made a huge difference in what happened at the end of the month, because it was not a good month. It was like really a struggle. And so I'm already like, today I've been looking at reports and I was struggling with my laptop working with the reports or whatever. So I'm going back in, but in the process of looking up some people, I was having to go in the long way to see some people. I'm like, somebody's halfway to senior silver. And how many of you need more senior silvers? I was like, oh my gosh. So as soon as I'm off here, a messenger, I'm gonna be like, you're halfway. Did you know you were halfway? That is crazy, because she's all about Cancun. So that is like, that's big stuff. And so those are the things that I am super intentional about. It is almost on a daily thing that I'm looking at that and I'm sending messages. So that's really huge. I'm also, I believe that when you plant that seed of how much money they're leaving on the table and what their next step is, it's planting a vision for them. Like, that's creating their vision. And so that's been a really big deal, because I'm talking about that. I'm talking about, hey, 11 people, that magic phrase right now, 11 people get you to Cancun. Like, that is huge for even those brand new people. So I've been doing that. Okay. As far as things I'm doing, I think that's kind of it. But as far as, I'm going to just say, just some inspiring words, hopefully, because between the ears is really huge. I think the number one thing that changed, I don't know at what point in my career, I had to do it when I had a brick and mortar. I had to do it with the other business, but with this especially, I don't compare myself to anyone else. I stay in my own lane and I try to beat my best. I try to beat my best. I don't try to beat your best, Brandy's best. It motivates me. It inspires me. And if you can't be inspired by other people and like be happy, like Brooke earlier, when she's like, I should have talked to her a year ago. Like, it's so like, yes. And I I get inspired by that because like immediately I was thinking of like 5 people and I'm like, I need to just do it. I need to just do it. So don't try to compare. Run your own race. I think it's the biggest thing. I really do. Like my heart is just, I get so full with running my own race, because we're all different and we all have our way, and I think that's okay. But I think we can learn from each other. But I don't think that compare game works. I just think it creates who you don't want to be. And I think because you really have to fall in love with helping others. So I've been listening to a lot of Ed Millett. Like I listened to Jessica Heffley religiously and Ed Millett, but Ed Millett last week, man, it was so good. And I can't even tell you which one it was. He was talking to different people and he was doing like little excerpts. And there was a couple of things that had nothing to do with plexus for me. And I was trying to talk to my friend about it today. And I'm like, I don't even know. He didn't tell the rest of it because he cut it off, but it was these little clips. But he was with John Maxwell. Like he had John Maxwell in there. Has anyone heard that Ed Millett one when he had that? And I love that because John Maxwell was talking about being in Nashville and like the music thing. They put music, they wrote a song. Like I downloaded it. I made my girls listen to it. It's good. It's not their normal. But McCray was like, yes, that's kind of good. I'm like, yes, it's kind of good. But he talked about get over yourself, define yourself. And it just kept sticking with me and thinking about being others oriented. That whole thing was about just being about other people. And, I spent a lot of years I don't know how to explain this in business, that it was just dollar signs. It had to be about dollar signs because it was like, I was going to lose my job if I didn't, cut the mustard in some areas. And when it's your own brick and mortar, it's like that too. But I always try to people when they walk in my brick and mortar, I try to make them feel special. And I taught my girls how to make them feel special. And it's the same way when they come to us. They can sense when you are not about them, when it's all about you and your next goal or your money in the bank or whatever. And I'm telling you, be really poor for just about a week or two. And you just, it becomes like, okay. So I don't know if I'm making money or not, but if I am helping someone else, there is something that brings such joy to that. Like that brings me the greatest joy in this when I have fallen in love with this. I wish I could have had this so much longer in my life. Like some of you are so young and I'm just like, oh my gosh. It's again, not checking out when it gets hard. If you really just put them first, it does that. This was a message at church Sunday and it was huge and I posted it. And so if you're in that spot and you're just like, everything just seems against you, like every day, like how many people quit Brandy and what, like she rattled that off to me. And I was like, oh, I just had one real doozy. And I was like, you know what I mean? But then you're like, is it going to happen again? Like what? But this hit me so strong. Our thankfulness reveals our view of God. And we've been talking a lot in here about faith and having faith. We talk about that a lot, right? And it just hit me. And I'm like, you know what? He has all of this. And I pray every single day. Listen, I wake up in the middle of the night and pray this. I pray a million times a day. I send it to all my people. And it's just really the prayer of Jabez, but it's rewritten. And that he puts our names on the hearts of the people that we need to do life and business with. And you know what? It's minutes when I do that sincerely. It doesn't happen in the middle of the night usually, but sometimes I wake up to that. Like I wake up to it, but I will, like, because I feel so strongly about that. He knows who needs it. And I feel like when I pray that, I don't have to talk anyone into this. He just puts them in front of me. Like it's like clockwork and it is amazing. And so it has become like, it comes out of my mouth. It comes into my head. Like it's on my phone wallpaper. Like I see it all the time. But it really, that having trust and having that faith, but really what do you see? And there was this Ed Millett, maybe it was that same one. He's talking about what do others see in their lens of you? Like when they're looking through the lens at you, what are they seeing? And I was like, wow. And then I started second guessing parenthood. If you heard him talk about that, because he was talking about what his daughter saw and what his mom saw. And that is huge, because I had to think back a little bit with my mom. Like that is huge. So I think when you work from that standpoint, and then if you're really on that mode, I've always believed this too, work will kill worry. Work kills worry completely. I just go to work. I send the messages. Sometimes when I'm most worried, that's when I send the most, because I'm just like, I have nothing to lose at that moment. You know how you have to psych yourself up, and I just start sending them, and I'm like, yes. Like, and I don't know, did you all watch the little power hour today? If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. Her name is Libby. She was so good, and she was just a few things she said. I haven't gotten through all of it. I was watching it before we hopped on here. But I felt like she was just knocking them off. And she messages 40 people a day. And she gave, and I was like, wow, I'm like so excited when I do 10 or 20. But she's like, your statistics go higher that somebody is going to actually respond. So if you do 5, you might get 1. If you do 40, you might get 5. Like, it was kind of that number. So I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. It doesn't make you feel so bad in your brain. It's kind of like, do you do this? I send a message and then I get out of it really fast. I don't wait to see if they saw it. I just get out of it really fast. And that way I can move on to the next one. I don't rest on that very long. I don't wait for that delivered even. And then I go back in and then I'm like, oh, it hasn't delivered. And then I almost get excited, because then I can be like, oh, it looks like I've sent you a message a while back. Or I just delete it and start over. And then they think I'm their friend. But Facebook thinks I'm their friend. And so then it opens full conversations. And I have gotten so many people like that on my team, because they just didn't see the message. And the next time around, it worked. So those algorithms, all of those things, get good at those. I think this is maybe, I don't even know. I can't tell what time it is. Like, yeah, I still have a little bit, I guess. People quit, but you can't quit. And here's one of the reasons that you can't quit: because you don't know whose dreams are attached to your dreams. I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but like, you may feel like nobody's responding to you, like your team players, like things happen. But if they know you're growing, they know what your goal is. If you're putting it out there, they obviously know, what theirs is. But it's really a big deal if you stop, because you're like giving them permission to stop. So you have to, like, as a leader, you have to keep doing those things. Like, you have to keep doing it when you don't feel like it. No one will ever know. It would be very rare that anyone would know the craziness that's happening in my life. I just don't put it out there, because I don't want them thinking I'm stopping. Like, especially my team. Like, I don't want them to think I'm stopping, because I don't know if today was the day they were going to message me and be like, hey, I think I want to go to Cancun. So I want them, again, it goes back to that lens they're looking through. What are they saying when they look through the lens? Making sure I'm just not going over any, missing things. I think having this attitude of thankfulness and gratitude and saying those things out loud, I've been working on that a lot lately. And looking at, and if you may just need to write them down or put them in your phone if it's getting hard lately. If it's getting really hard because things are hard and it's difficult, and you can't control what other people do, but you can control what you do. And one of those things can be like just even listing in your phone, like, these are what I'm thankful for, or post it on Facebook, like, simple things that you're just grateful for, even in the bad. Like, someone had an injury in my house a couple weeks ago. It could have been a lot worse. So I have to feel blessed that she's moving a little bit better again. And like, you have to look at those things. And it's the same way for your business. So, this person quit, but 5 people sent me a message to say, I'm pooping again. I have so much energy. I've lost 3 pounds. I had someone message me yesterday, and again, it brought back this whole like gratitude, thankfulness. She's like, I went to a NASCAR race. I've never been able to do that really, because I know she didn't say it, but I knew she hadn't, because she told me she wouldn't even get out of the house. She wasn't able to go travel with her family at all because she had to be so close to a bathroom. She's like, I didn't even eat the best and I still felt amazing. And I was able to walk miles and miles. And I haven't been able to do that. That was so huge. Like, those are the things like that, you know, it just being so thankful. And I think she should try for Cancun, but she's not there. I'm just thankful to hear her come back and say that win. That is a huge thing, and be able to pour into her house. You should share that with other people, right? You know, that it's that good. So I think, yeah, that's really all that I had, for the most part. I think I didn't miss anything. I don't know if anyone has any questions, anyone has anything they want to share. I don't know if Brandy's still listening, if she's, I think she's still here. Anybody have any questions? Anything? I don't know how soon we're.
Hey, I am still
Hey.
here. We're trying to get
Okay.
out the door.
Sure.
But I did want to say, or piggyback off, something that I have had to talk to Jessica Heffley about this has actually been a long time ago. And it was about when to like how to post and show up positive when things are hard. Because sometimes you feel like, okay, recently I've obviously had people quitting left and right, sending their products back, all the things. And it's hard for me to show up and talk amazingly about these products when my own customers are leaving. Or like when I talked to Jessica, I had an incident happen in my home and like people knew about it. And so then I felt weird. And I know, like, I'm just going to call out April. I know she's going through it right now because people know that she has a niece in the hospital. How do you still show up positive and happy and talking about freaking plexus when your whole life is in shambles? And the thing that Jessica told me, and that I have to continue to remind myself, is we have to show up as the person that we want to be. Like, we have to show up as the person who would pull us out of that rut. And then, like, I don't think that that's not being real, because, you know, there's a difference of like, you can't just be a fake happy person all the time, but also like, we're not going to just pour our trauma onto other people at the same time. So like, I know April is just in that, she's in the thick of it, where like people know that traumatic things are happening to her family. How do you show up present? Like, how do you go ahead and show up with a smile on your face while your world is like crumbling behind you? And you have to show up like the person that is helping you. You have to show up like the person that you want to be. And I had talked to Jessica about that. Gosh, that was like a year ago. And I remember saying, like, I feel like such a fraud, like showing up with a smile on my face because I just feel like crying. And she's like, but so many people see that smiling face and know that you're pushing through, and that's strength. Like, that's, they want to follow someone like that, and they want to see you happy, and they want to see, and like, it's okay that things are hard, you know? So that doesn't mean that you're being fake. It doesn't mean that you're not being real, because the reality of it is everybody's going through stuff. Some people are going through the most minor inconveniences and it still sucks. And other people are staring and watching a precious new life struggle. Like, there's just so many things happening in the world. So we still have to show up positive and excited for the people that are hopping online, who have maybe us making our pink drink like really makes their day. Maybe us showing up really makes them happy. So I know it makes me happy whenever I'm more present for myself. Like, if I show up and make my pink drink and talk to you guys on stories, which I haven't been for the past 2 months or 2 weeks. But when I do that, I feel like I've made myself happier by showing up. Like, if you do it for anybody, do it for yourself, right?
Yeah,
even
I believe that.
even though people's lives are hard, even though, like, you still have to. And so Yeah, I think everything that Lisa said, like, I just wanted to go back to that and be like, you don't have to tell them what's happening. Obviously, like what April's going through is public. That's why I keep bringing her up. That is a public situation. But like in our own homes, in our own four walls, when things are hard, we don't have we can still keep our lives private
Mhm.
and we can still have those struggles and be real. Like you can still be real about, like, I'm so real about homeschooling. It is not easy. A lot of y'all are homeschool moms and like we can show the B-rolls, we can show the highlight reels, but it's still like things are funny, things are messy, and that's okay. That's called being real. Right. If I posted just the pretty stuff all the time, that wouldn't be real. But for us, we still have to have that private side of our lives. We don't have to show up and be like, things just are horrible again. Like, because everyone else is too. So we gotta be the light. We have to be the light, not just for them, but for us, like for ourselves. So, but April,
Yeah.
I don't mean to call you out, but what you are going through is horrible. And I know that it's been public for you and Emma. So I know that showing up, she posted her pink drink the other day. And I was just like, if she can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, I can do it. She was in the NICU with her baby holding her pink drink. Like, come on now. All right, I'll let someone else take over.
Yeah, I will just say that too. Like there have been times in my life I went through some really big, big stuff. And anything I have right now is very minor. Um, but I down the road later, like people would be like, gosh, that was heavy. Small town stuff, right? Small town stuff. Everybody knows everybody. And then there's Facebook, and there's thousands of people that have no clue, but those people that are closest, they think they know. They think they know. And so you combat that. But then after the fact, people are like, gosh, you just stayed so positive. Like you stayed so positive. And so that's one of the things that I think that we have to think about that too. And, internally here, we know obviously within in this Plexus world, if you've had some things happening and people quitting and like, and not all of us know everything, but I think that when you show up, you just keep showing up, and you know what? Um, if you why we take so many pictures, right? So you can always throw the smiling face one on with the information you need if you can't be there. It's only projecting positive. Again, I just keep thinking about that through the lens, like, okay, so what are people seeing? What are people are seeing? What are they seeing? Do they know? And there are things they don't have to know. But like Brandy said with April, and with Emma, everyone knows, but I saw her showing up with her pink drink, in the NICU. So it's like, that tells me she's staying positive regardless. So I think we have to remember that so much of what's on social media, like we see a lot of bad, like I live around Nashville. I see really bad stuff every day. I have to like just block, like hit the, like hide it because it's so bad. And so people are seeing that. And if they're not on Facebook and they're only on Facebook for a hot minute, but they're watching TV, it's a mess. So I think that we have to keep that going. And we want to just portray that. So, yeah. Anybody else have anything? We have a few minutes.
I don't have anything specific other than a thank you and for the reminders and just, yeah, I'll keep it at that.
Okay.
But it really meant a lot, and they were definitely things I need to hear. So I appreciate you and Brandy if she's still listening.
You're welcome. All right. Well, I think Brandy, can you tell me, will Amanda just shut it off? We'll just leave and it'll be, if nobody else has anything, send your people messages about the team call tonight. That should be good for them. Yep. Amanda's in charge. So anybody, I want to make sure nobody wants to say anything. Yes. Team call at 7. Yes. Look at the comments and make sure. I'm not missing anything. All right. Okay, y'all. I guess we'll finish it off here.